Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 19 of pause. So this morning it was so beautiful. So I go out around 5 o'clock to go for a walk. And it started out that it was very cloudy. And then slowly over the half hour, all the stars came out. And then I could see the northern lights, just a faint pink blush on the horizon. It was amazing. Just a sense of the deep dark, the beauty of the stillness of this moment. Yeah, it was really wonderful. And then I went for a dip in my river. It's cold. It was amazing. And so today we're going to roll up our yoga mats and we're going to use them in different ways. On the yoga day the other day, I was using that. And then I was like, oh, let's do that today. We're going to start it already. So roll up your yoga mat even for this beginning bit, okay? So if you have two yoga mats, then you just have to roll up one. If you've one, then roll up one. Great. And then I'm going to sit and put my ankles down over the top of this. And so now I'm supported underneath my ankles and my feet and toes are free. Okay. You can make this as big and small as you want. You can also put another cushion underneath your bum so that your feet are free. So I'm going to show you from the side what I'm doing. Take everything. So my yoga mat is underneath my feet. My bum is on a little thing and I'm kneeling. So as always, if your knees don't like this, then change accordingly. Oh, God. So I'm going to light my candle and just pause. Just feel a deep, deep winter, deep, dark. The solstice is almost upon us. And so in your day, do you know where the sunset is right now in your environment? For me, it's just straight there. It's over the Aran Islands, over Inishir at the moment. And yeah. So it'll return from that spot. It'll go as far as Inishir and then it returns. And then during the summer, it's over there, way up in Uachtarard where it sets. So just feel that in you. Do you feel the arc of your sunshine as you sit here in this moment? Do you have a sense of that direction? And slowing things down, feeling your breath, feeling the weight of you, feeling your feet on your rolled up yoga mat. Really acknowledging the sensation of its support, but also it's creating a certain shape in your feet, which will support movement and connection. Nice. So remove your feet and then sit on the length of your yoga mat so that your bum is up on your yoga mat and your legs are off it. And then just rock your bum from side to side and feel like it's a bit like you turned your yoga mat into a foam roller. And I'm rolling across the backs of my thighs and the back of my hips. And I lean all the way. So I'm leaning to one side with my hand and then the other side with my hand. And just feel that. How do you roll across the back of your hips, the back of your thighs? And now I'm going to roll up a little bit more. So now I'm in the middle of my thighs. And as I roll, let me go sideways. As I roll, I'm really feeling the backs of my thighs as I roll from one side to the other. And just feel that. The further apart your feet are, maybe the easier it is to roll. You're just creating some pressure and connection into the backs of your thighs, using your yoga mat like a foam roller. Nice. Roll it down so it's just near the backs of your knees, and then roll again. So my feet are also rolling now. So I'm rolling. So I'm trying to get as much of the backs of my knees and the sides of my knees to touch my yoga mat that's rolled up. And I'm just feeling that. How do I roll my baby toes and big toes down? How do I lift my bum enough that my toes are coming down? Nice. Bring it under your calves. And then you don't roll your bum anymore, you roll your feet. And there's always it's one calf for me that's really challenged by this movement. And it's like I have really tight guitar strings on one side that are twanging as I travel across them. Oh God. Nice. And then come down a little bit lower. So now I'm almost at my ankles. I'm kind of just like halfway down, almost like the last third of my calves. And then I'm gonna rock. So you can rock your bum again if you want to here, or you can just rock your feet. I think I like rocking my bum for this one. I get more coverage and more distance into the sides of the lower part of my calves. So a lot of you were with me when like you're doing yoga with me. So I broke my leg during lockdown. Joseph jokes there was lockdown and then there was breakdown. Bring your thing back up till you're in the middle of your calves again, and just see. So when I'm in the middle of my calves, I don't want to lift my bum. Do you want to lift your bum as you do that? Oh, it's really different now. So the leg that's twanging the most is the one that I broke. Maybe it has something to do with it. Nice. Bring it up to the back of your thighs and rock your bum all the way from side to side. And you're just feeling a sense of connection, movement, feedback from your mat. And then you're going to sit on it and just rock from side to side. You're getting some feedback through your thighs. The next time you travel to the right, just pause there and just gently rock in and out of your right hip, your right leg. And then the other side, left hip, left leg. And you're going really slowly, very gently, very kindly. We're just with movement, with connection, with breath, with feedback. We're noticing what's happening in our leg. Nice, cool. So now we begin the really nice stuff. So if you look at the size of your yoga mat, so I want half of that size. So roll out your yoga mat till it's half that size and then put it back down on the ground again. Okay. And then you're going to lie on the ground with this shape just underneath your shoulder blades. Okay. And so if it's too high up, what happens is that your neck gets really cranked. Whereas if it's low enough down, you should feel like it's your ribs and your spine, not your neck. Okay. So if you're feeling any pressure into your neck, then you're too high up towards the shoulders. So I'm actually kind of like, for a woman, it would be where your bra strap is. Otherwise, it's the point of reference is just at the bottom of your scapula. And then bring your arms wide and pause. You can stretch your legs out long. And just breathe into that. As always, if any of these movements are something that you go, for me, that doesn't suit me, then find something else to do. Be creative, do a twist, do something else. Okay. So every time you take a breath, see if you can breathe into the back of your ribs where they're meeting the rolled up yoga mat. I'm going to shimmy, really encouraging my neck to be soft. If there's any kind of discomfort in the neck, then move further up. So every time you inhale, you feel your breath pushing into the yoga mat. And I feel my ribs flare and this sense of space through my diaphragm and belly. And then as I exhale, I feel this really deep melting and sinking over the yoga mat. And sometimes Bear, just for some class, she just wanders around. It's funny. Today's a wandering day for Bear. What's up with you, Bear? Huh? So I have my own yoga practice in the morning. So I go for my walk, I dip in the river, I do my own yoga, I drink coffee, I I do tidy the kitchen, I do loads of things. And when I'm doing my own yoga practice, Eli and Leah, the two other puppies that we kept, they're just lying on my yoga mat. And so I've organized different ways how to step around them, how to not lie on them, or how to just lie on them to get them go off my mat. So that's why they don't come into class, is that all they do is just lie on my mat in the way. So reach your arms up towards the ceiling and then draw your shoulders back. So now you're doing shoulder shrugs lying on your yoga mat. And shoulders move back, shoulders move forward. Shoulders move back, shoulders move forward. One more time. Shoulders move back, shoulders move forward. Nice. And then draw a circle with your shoulder blades, with your shoulders, so that as I pull my shoulders down, I get this lovely massaging effect of my shoulder blades really coming into contact with the rolled up yoga mat. So if for any reason your spine doesn't like this, then do it with no yoga mat. Okay. And then roll your shoulders in the other direction. And for me, that's just such a delicious feeling on my shoulder blades, on the deep ribs, latissimus dorsi, the serratus, my rhomboids, my intercostals, transverse abdominis. You name it, they're all going on in there. Nice. Drop your shoulders down and then roll over and come up to sit. Stretch that out. There's no yoga mat anymore. And then just come to lie down again. And just feel your back on the floor now with nothing beneath you. Wow, that's so cool. So I feel there's a difference in the way my back can meet the floor and the way my shoulder blades meet the floor. Lovely. Super. So it's one of those bitsy classes, but I really love it. So roll your yoga mat up all the way. So if you only have one yoga mat, then it's only going to be underneath your hips. If you have two, then just roll up one. Okay. So roll up your yoga mat all the way. Okay. And place it in the middle. And then lie down and bring it underneath your bum cheeks. So it's not underneath your lower back. It's like my buttocks are resting on my yoga block, on my yoga mat. And I should feel like my lower back is really well and okay. And you can kind of shimmy around. At different stages, you may move it around. Okay. So draw your right knee up towards you. And it should feel like there's really nice feedback from your yoga mat to pull your right knee up towards you. Nice. Stretch your right leg long and let your heel rest on the floor. So now, because your hips are higher, there's going to be a deeper stretch, but passive, through the front of the right hip. And just breathe into that. So every time you inhale, see if you can breathe into the front of your hip. And as you exhale, you're trying to sink and soften into the front deep of the right hip. And breathing into it, settling it, softening it. Nice. Bend your knee. Other side. Draw the left knee up towards you. It should feel really nice the way your yoga mat is meeting the back of your buttock. But let yourself listen to your sensations. And if it isn't, then change it up. Adjust accordingly. And now stretch the left leg long and let your heel rest on the floor. And just feel that sense of passive length. So I'm not, often we'll talk about, oh, push down into your heel like you're pushing a stone away. Whereas now it's how deeply can you let the left leg go? How can you really soften and settle into the left leg? So tomorrow's class, we're going to use the wall. We're going to have our feet on the wall and our legs up the wall. So if you need to bring yourself to a different place or a different place to do your yoga, then do. So we're going to use the wall. So Caroline, I know you don't have a wall in your room, but you have to find a room with a wall. Okay. Bend your knee. And then draw both knees up towards you and then stretch both legs long. So now my bum is lifted. So see, is it in the right place now where your yoga mat is? And stretch both legs up towards the ceiling and just roll into your ankles. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. From here, bring both feet to the floor and then slowly just check it out. How would it be to stretch out both legs? But your yoga mat needs to be in the right place for this to happen. I feel the stretch through the front of my belly and my hips, and I don't feel any discomfort in my lower back. So just see how that is for you. Maybe walk your shoulders away from your hips and then just breathe into that. Remember, I'm just randomly thinking, I remember in India, there was this amazing house. I used to go do Ashtanga yoga in this open air yoga studio. It just had this roof and then really low walls around the edges, but no windows or anything. It was just open air. And then the house actually had no external walls either. And it had a moat, this tiny moat around it that kept the ants out. So you traveled over this little bridge to get into the house. And so there was no external walls. There was like little bits and pieces, and it was amazing. Very beautiful house. Nice. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Your hips are still on the yoga mat. And I actually like cupping my hands across my yoga mat and then dropping my shoulders down. And it's like I have pockets. There's a certain feeling when you have pockets and you're walking along. And so this feels like I have pockets when I grab my yoga mat and then drop my shoulders down, drop my elbows down. And just deepen into your belly. Nice. So lift your bum up, remove the yoga mat completely, and then just land on the floor. Legs are long, arms are long, and just feel that in your body. Nice. So if you have no yoga mat beneath you, then spread out your yoga mat and come to lie, and then just rock your knees from side to side, or wherever you are, just rock your knees from side to side. And just feel that through the back of your body, through the deep belly. Pause. Bring your feet as wide as your mat and then drop your knees towards each other and just breathe into your belly. So now my knees have dropped towards each other, my thighs are supported on each other, my feet are as wide as my mat. And just breathe into your belly. Nice. So stay there. Either rock your knees from side to side or draw your knees up or just lie there with your legs long. So how are you managing with all the busyness of Christmas and the busyness of this time of year? Every once in a while I can feel myself taking off. I'm like, how am I gonna? And I'm like, whoa, relax, it's okay. If it doesn't happen before Christmas, it's okay. Yeah, so how do you ground at this time of year? What anchors you into deep, steady, resting, pausing, not getting swept away in the frantic? How do you make it real to you in your life? How do you stay steady in yourself? Yeah, I can feel the suction of it pulling me along, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. I really like really like what I do. So have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. So you're gonna need a wall. So your feet are going to be on the wall, and then your legs are going to be straight up the wall. So you'll need maybe, if you could have 2 meters of wall that you could like kind of be with, it could be a door, but just make sure nobody's going to walk in. Or if you're on a door, then make sure, yeah, if it can open towards you rather than away. But see, I'll see you all tomorrow. And yeah, again, we've decided on what we're going to do for January, and it's called center. So we're going to center ourselves in our practice, gather ourselves into the deep, and really commit to something really deeply, like the way you do every day. But I like that feeling of centering myself, really having like an arrow, setting an intention for the year, for the month. So I will see you all tomorrow. Be awesome, be well, be you. And great, thanks for joining me. Ciao.